What's up guys, it's Birdman Nom, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, and here we have it, yet another module for my ever-growing space station. This sort of module I view as essential. You know, I take my my Kerbal's lives very seriously, and what we have here is an escape pod module, or escape pod array, so that in the case of disaster, if debris were on a collision course with the space station, or the space station was on a collision course with the Kerbin, or, you know, any kind of worst case scenario, this array allows us to get 4 Kerbals back to Kerbin. Obviously, the space station is going to have 6 Kerbals once I put these 2 unlikely fellas onto the space station. But I can add as many of these modules as I want because they have docking ports at both ends for that exact reason. And what I've done is I have set up a slightly lower orbit than my targets, as I showed you in the last video. But you saw all this in the last video, so I'm going to skip through this. I just want to talk about escape pod arrays. What I've done is I had one of these multi-directional core pieces, and I changed from mid-size to little size. I made a little size docking port, or a Clampotron Junior, and then I attached it to another Clampotron Junior. So essentially I docked them in the VAB, and then to that I added a command pod Mark 1, the FLT 200 fuel tank, which, believe me, is plenty of fuel to get back to Kerbin, or to get onto a collision course with Kerbin, and 2 radial mount parachutes. So you'll notice there's no decoupler here, but with these parachutes and the weight of this vessel, it's not an issue. And all you do is you decouple this, you turn around to face your retrograde, and you boost. At first very, very lightly, because you don't want to damage the space station with your boost if the space station isn't actually doomed and you're just testing one. If it runs out, what you can do is, and this is why you use them from the end and work your way back towards the core if you're adding multiples of these, but if this runs out of escape pods, you simply decouple it and then end the flight, or, you know, anything along those lines. Obviously, I'm sort of mixing my reality and non-reality, because obviously I could just end the flight if they were all going to blow up, but I don't want to lose an entire space station. Equally, I could just put them in a separate section, then end that flight, but I like the idea that it's able to return to Kerbin in the case of emergency, or in the case of if they get sick and need to go back for surgery, you know. So enough rambling. These are supposed to be short, concise videos. I'm turning them to story time. So let's get this to a position where we can dock it, because I know you guys want to see that. I'm going to dock this end to the other horizontal end of the space station. I'm not going lateral yet, but I have got plans for that. And I will see you guys when we're in a docking type position. Okay, so we are docking our 3rd module. We've got our solar panels retracted because I don't want them getting upset by G-force or movement or whatnot. They're quite fragile. We're just drifting in nicely. I'm going to speed up time a bit, and we're going to bump off and go in the wrong direction. I'm going to re-record this. Or maybe, just maybe, we'll get it right first time. We'll have to see. Oh no, looks like a bump off. Let's just slow ourselves down. There we go. Move slightly. As you can see, I've opened up the dome port, so I'm going to use that to dock. Oh, actually, no, it's that one I want to use. Oh no, bother. That's alright. And just move it in slowly. And let's have a look. Can we get it to work? They know about each other. Are they going to start talking? Let's try switching vessel. Yep, they're talking. Or magnetizing. And just keep the movement slow by toggling the SAS. And that should do it. Bingo! So we now have quite a long space station. In fact, with this one I don't think I want to add any more lateral sections, because at this point it's only held together with these little something's making it wobble. Maybe it's a bit of Very interesting. Something is making it wiggle. It's not me. I'm not touching the controls. You can see I'm not touching... Oh, there. It's touching the controls. Okay, let's just stop the SAS. See if it all comes to a gentle stop. Anyway, I'm now going to quick save, and for the purposes of this video I'm going to demonstrate how to escape from a space station. So, who's going to be our test pilots? Let's have Samkin. So, Samkin, you have to go on EVA, as we currently don't have a way to travel inside space stations. And let's let go of the space station. Turn on your jetpack, and we're just going to fly out EVA style. Out here, and I'm just going to take a picture because that looks nice. And I'm going to try and get into one of these escape pods. Obviously, if it's only a slight emergency, you can redock them, but I'm going to guess that that's pretty difficult, seeing as they don't actually have RCS. They only have one booster at the back. Also, I don't actually know. I assume when you undock, cable ties like that break, because they were needed for the... Oh, wrong button. Oh, sorry, I should stop talking. They are needed for the launch to hold it all together. There we go. But I don't know if they're needed... Okay, so he's now boarded, and it's showing me the whole vessel again. Not enough crew. Empty. Empty. So he's in this one. Brilliant. Control from here. And now we decouple that node. Oh, and we're controlling the wrong vessel. That's alright. That's interesting. It would appear once you get to a certain size, SAS is a bad idea, because I'm trying to get it to hold steady, and as a result it's just wiggling around. So I guess its best bet is to not have any. But let's put the solar panels out again and use that to get some energy back. And then we can use the energy to power our batteries, etc. Now I've been noticing a very strange glitch. I don't know if it's going to do it or not. Obviously, now that I'm talking about it, it's going to get embarrassed and not show it. Now this is what we're hoping for. A very, very slight movement has meant that we've drifted away from the station. And now that we're away from the station... Sorry, I'm saying too many things at once. We need to point at this point here. Oh, we don't actually have SAS because it was too heavy. Okay, it's not doing anymore. Solar panels were going crazy. I might include a bloopers clip at the end of me screaming at my solar panels. Anyway, we point at our reverse, and I just realised that those need to be in a separate stage. There we go. Oh, no, oh dear, I pointed in the wrong direction. I'm going to collide with my solar panels. Maybe I'll make it over the top. Yes, I did. Good. Fuel. Like I said, this is for emergency use only. Right. And now we boost up and just try and use our controls. Oh, bloody hell, what was that? That wasn't me changing the camera, that was it changing the camera to orbital mode. We use the controls and what fuel we have. Oh, bother. See, it's going to spin unless you control it. But as you can see, actually, we've just done it. We're now on a collision course with Kerbal, and we have loads of fuel left. So these could be used to go, maybe, to go to other vessels. Now you activate the parachutes, and you warp up. So down we come, and hopefully this is going to be splashdown. Maybe not. Okay, I might just alter it in that case. Seeing as I have some fuel left, I'm going to... Oh my goodness. Yes, they're not the most brilliant escape pods to control, but it wasn't a priority when designing them. You want to make them as light as possible because you want to get as many of them as possible onto one stage. Okay. So yeah, we're just extending our... Oh goodness. We're extending our landing into the sea because a good splashdown increases our chances of not exploding. And seeing as we're carrying live rocket fuel, and I'm going to have to cut the engines because we're tumbling, seeing as we're carrying live rocket fuel, I don't know whether or not it's going to be a good landing or a bad landing. I've just put myself back into orbit, but it's fine because my periapsis is very low. Parachutes are active. Let's go back into warp. It's only ×4 because of the atmosphere. But this is basically how it works, and then you'll see as we come down to the thicker parts, we're going to re-enter. There's the re-entry heat. It's pretty. Might want to turn it away from the pod. Oh, okay, we'll just have to assume it's made of quite tough stuff then. Yeah, as you can see, it's not ideal to control, but at the same time, it's enough to get from a low orbit back into collision course. You don't even need as much as this. And there you go, the drag chutes have activated within the burn up zone, so unfortunately I think my chutes might burn up, and that's simply I think because of the speed I'm doing as I'm coming in. But it's going to be a nice splashdown. Let's increase that warp speed again because I don't want to, and then there should be some sonic coning further down maybe, possibly. No, okay, parachute stopped that I guess. So now we're reducing our speed, and actually this parachute system I've tested on Kerbal before, and it's sort of overkill in a way. You end up going very, very slowly, so you don't need to worry about it. And there we go. You can see I was a little bit nervous, and I actually reduced my strange it sits naturally like that. I reduced my warp speed just as the parachutes opened because they used to rip off if you were warping when they opened. So I don't know if that's still a problem. Anyway, that is the Space Station Escape Pod Array. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to take a break from making these. Not a break as in you're going to have to wait days. There's still going to be a regular schedule-ish, but I do want to put other videos up, and I want to stop recording for tonight. So this is the video. Obviously, the other videos are good for it too, but this is the video where I'm saying it. Like to let me know if you're, etc., liking the space station stuff. And in the comments, it would be really helpful if you let me know what sort of ideas I should build a space station, maybe where I should build them, what other stages I should try and put on them, missions that should involve them. I mean, I've got some rather cool ideas involving space stations. But I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say as well. So do let me know. And there you can see he's right as rain. Wait for pickup. Oh, my warp's up. There we go. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Bye bye.